Hey, guys, I'm really hoping this working. I've got the mic turned on, but it just seems to be when I react to the tweets, the evil tweets on the Sussex Squad. I'm going to find a way to get round about that because that's really strange. Eyes. But anyway, what I want to see here is Thomas Markle has started a podcast, which I'm so proud of him. And he's actually started it with the claims that the guy who ruined his life. So this was the photographer who took those famous paparazzi pictures. But since then they've become really good friends, and they decided to do this podcast together, which is wonderful. So it seemed like that Thomas is his heart and has an air of a crumpled old bear with a thorn in his paw as he blasts Meghan's lies. Now, Meghan's new podcast is all about, women and how women are called hussies and sluts and things like that. I don't think Meghan's brain has moved on from the 1950s, because something like that doesn't happen. But I think she's actually forgetting that she slut shamed her own sister by accusing her of having 3 different fathers to her children. So Meghan, don't throw stones, when ice is paper thin, because you might just fall in. So Thomas is going on about all the lies regarding her upbringing, how she had to work her way through sizzlers to get into college. She lived on $4.99 Sizzler salads. Bull crap. She went to one of the most prestigious she went to the most prestigious schools in America. She went to a very prestigious university. I'm sure the preschool she went with was the Sister of Immaculate Hearts, which has a very long waiting list to get into, and the tuition is not cheap, put it that way. And then she lied and said that she was basically brought up as a poverty-stricken, poor me. And then her lies about how she would receive flyers or bits of burnt paper flying through the air as she was walking home from school during, I don't know if it was some kind of riots in America. And it turns out she wasn't even bloody there, She just made that up just to God knows why she even makes things up. I really don't understand liars, I've got a member in my family who lies constantly, and they'll lie about the most small thing. They'll lie and say that, for example, I'll just give you an example, a family lend people money and stuff like that. I constantly lend her money, but if I have to say the other way around, she makes up this bloody name, a name who I've never heard of before, and will say, well, I'll have to ask this person, when I know it all along it's her. So there's been more lies than that. She's lied to me about things regarding my children because she knows that I'm not on Facebook. So yeah, I've just not got any time for liars, and pathological liars are the most dangerous because they're the ones who believe their own lies. They believe that what they're saying is true, even though deep down inside they know it's a lie. So Thomas Markle has launched his own YouTube channel, and I think we all know at least two people would rather he hadn't bothered. Now, I don't think like Thomas is necessarily going to see anything negative about Meghan, after all, as his daughter, but I do believe that he is going to stand up for Samantha, because Samantha has been dragged in this book. She's been made out to be, as Meghan would say, Meghan has slut shamed her. Meghan has said that she only changed her name to Markle when she met Harry, which has proven to be false. Meghan says she was only met her twice, when there's multiple pictures out there that prove this isn't true. Meghan, there's other lies, was there, like in that stupid interview, or that she got married 3 days beforehand. Absolute lies. Because in the UK, you have to be married in a building and you have to have 2 witnesses. You can't be married outdoors, in an outdoors venue. It's got to be like a gazebo or kind of something like that. And you've got to have witnesses. So when the priest or reverend or whatever your religious beliefs are, will stand up and say, does anyone here object to this wedding? That's why, like, you have witnesses and people in the audience. So if they know something, they can object to it. I just wish that whole congregation stood up and says, yeah, we vehemently object to this wedding. But at the time, we didn't really know who Meghan was, you know. We'd seen like clips of her, like nudging, when Harry was talking to her, she'd actually elbow him out the way to get in there, and he'd, like, some kind of like wuss would like jump back. Oh yes, Meghan, of course you're first. I'm only a British royal prince, but of course you mean more to you being from America and blah blah blah. You mean more than life than I do. You know, this is only an event for our family. How dare I steal your thunder? Then there's like times as well where he's like having a conversation, and you can see her, and she does this like weird blinking thing where she's looking at him, and you see her blink, 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 as if it's trying to get his attention. Well, when this didn't happen, she just cut herself in there, which shocked quite a few many people, centred herself right in the centre, cut Harry out, and started a conversation with the people, and Harry was left out in the cold. And there's been numerous times she's done this. Numerous times where she's elbowed him out the way so she can go first. Numerous times that blood, like, you know, that we would call it the Markle claw, where she's gripping his hand so tight that blood circulation's coming off. Yeah, so anyway, enough about her, because this is not what my channel's about. So Thomas has started a podcast where he's wanting to expose the lies and finding freebies. Now, the reason like I bring this to my channel is because Finding Freebies was wrote by Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo didn't actually even write this book. He got his notes from Meghan about what was to go in there, and he put them there. I mean, unless Scooby-Doo was on honeymoon with them, okay, how would he know about certain things that happened there? How would he know about Meghan's iconic, makes me actually sick, iconic yoga pose, you know, where the sun hit her face and baby Simba, and we all heard out the words like from the Lion King playing, you know. No, that never happened. How would he know about her like doing a bloody crap in the bushes? He's either been invited there, or which I very much doubt was invited there, or he's hiding in the bushes. He's hiding in the bushes, taking notes on what's actually happened. So he's sitting there with his little notepad perched up in a tree. At 11:45 p.m., Meghan took a dump. You know, at 8 a.m., Meghan struck a pose that would even put the Greek goddesses to shame. You know, it was all just like sugary sweet. It wasn't a biography at all. It was a love letter to Meghan, and it was also a diss to her entire family. I mean, I don't get on with my entire family, but I certainly wouldn't want them to be treated so abhorrently in a book. I think that's just vile, tasteless, disgusting, and it just shows you how classless Meghan really is. Meghan has no class whatsoever. No class whatsoever. And then as for this, like, Carolyn Durant, none of us have even heard a peep from her about this book. Maybe she's went in hiding, you know. She thought, oh God, you know what a bloody what we bloody done, you know. Like, I'll never be able to show my face again, you know. I still have no clue who this person is. The only person I know who seems to take all the credit for it and is Scooby-Doo, and if I was him, I certainly wouldn't be taking credit for that book, because it looks like he's in for a big giant lawsuit, and because of what his lies he's written, looks like that little fancy flat in London could be on sale soon to pay the Markle family for their defamation costs. Wouldn't that be great, eh? I know he moans like that he shops at vintage stores and finds great finds on classic, you know, see, like Gucci, excuse me, it's like Gucci jumpers and things like that. Yeah, well, he's not going to be able to frequent that store anymore, is he? It's going to be Oxfam for old Scooby-Doo. It's going to be British Heart Foundation. Trying to think of all the other ones. Bernardo's, you know. We can get all your lovely little trinkets and that, but you certainly can't buy Gucci. So he's saying, like, lessen the waves around the copy of funding freebies. The biography, which I don't even want to call the Duchess of Sussex, just annoys me, which Meghan Markle admitted to court that she had forgotten she helped supply information for. How the hell can you forget that you helped write a book? Meghan Markle can recall down to the last detail about what apparently happened at that wedding, but months upon months upon months upon months later, she's now forgot that she helped write the book. Bullshit. I think she's just said that to get herself out of some trouble. I don't think you forget, I think you lie. Yeah, true. And the book is full of lies, says her father. A bold claim which suggests there is to be... sorry, I have to fill that up because I don't have my glasses on. Suggests there is to be no closure in the family schism anytime soon. Remarkable friendship is at a low is low to no budget. Building Mr. Markle's home on the beach, community of New Mexico. Listen carefully as you can hear the Pacific. Yeah, you can hear the Pacific. He often reads from a sheaf of handwritten notes. He has to be heir of a rumpled old bear with a thorn in his paw, someone who is deeply puzzled in heart. And can you blame him? Can you blame this man for being puzzled in heart? I mean, he's brought this girl up since she was a child. I mean, it's not hard to find that her mum went to prison, you know. So he brought this girl up as a child, put her through all the best schools, bankrupted himself in doing so, and she couldn't even be bothered to look out for her father. If that was my mum, if my mum was still alive and things like that, I would damn well make sure, if I had millions of dollars, that my mum would live a comfortable life for the rest of the time that she had on this earth. She would want for nothing, because money isn't the be-all and end-all of everything, you know. And money comes and money goes. But as long as my family's comfortable, then I would be happy. But to Meghan, money is the be-all and end-all, because to her it's status, you know. Oh, and yeah, like, did anyone see that that Will Smith punched Chris Rock on the stage? Does anyone do memes? Because I don't know how to do them. Can someone change Chris Rock's face into Harry's face? Because, like, I would love to see that little bitch getting a slapping from Will Smith. That would be the funniest meme ever. And he deserves it, you know. A good old slap right in the mug. There's a few other things like that. Let me have a look. Meghan Markle's truth was called out. Well, let's see this one. Mix it up. 13 times Meghan Markle's truth was called out from Pride and Freedom collab. So, let's see the 13 ones. The single most dangerous claim from Harry and Meghan, explosive interview in March, was a member of the royal family had conversations and concerns about the colour of the son Archie's skin. I'm sorry, like, if you're concerned about Archie's skin colour, that child, I've got a biracial, right, okay, I've got a biracial grandson. That child is whiter than my grandson. There's no way, and my grandson doesn't get any, like, hassle of that at school, so there's no way that that child has been spoke about with concerns and stuff like that. The other thing is they put a blanket statement over the excuse me, the entire family by not naming the name, and it's not even like they're calling it the royal racist. All families do it. When my daughter was pregnant, I was saying, oh, wonder what the baby will come out to look like. Wonder if he'll have dark like hair like his dad. I wonder if he'll have, because my daughter's blonde, like all my family are. My youngest daughter's blonde, I'm blonde, my oldest daughter's blonde. I wonder if he'll like come out and he'll have like he'll have our blonde hair, or he'll have his darker hair. I wonder if he'll come out, or he'll just, because we're as white as milk bottles, I wonder if he'll come out and he'll like be like just slightly like more tanned, and and look a lot more healthier than we do, because, like, if you turn the lights off, we glow in the dark, that's how white we are. And it was never anything out of malice or anything like that. It was just curiosity. And then when he arrived, he was absolutely beautiful. And he had all the features of a biracial child. But the only thing about him was, like, his skin wasn't dark. It was still fairly light, but it does go really dark in the summer. But he's the most beautiful child ever that I've ever seen. And I know I'm being biased, but yeah, he's absolutely gorgeous. So them putting that blanket statement over the Archie skin colour thing. And then the other thing was that Meghan had said that it happened, several conversations happened during she was pregnant with Harry. Then when Oprah came out and asked Harry about it, Harry said one conversation happened before he was even engaged to Meghan. So who's lying here? Well, I'm inclined to believe Harry because he was the one they had the conversation with. So therefore that means that Meghan's the one who's lying and embellishing the truth, trying to, like, gain sympathy points by making out it happened while she was pregnant. Well, no, it didn't. Harry clearly cleared that up and said it happened before they were engaged. She wasn't pregnant then, if she ever was bloody pregnant. But it was before, like, the baby bump was strapped on. And it happened way before, like, they were even announced they were engaged. But she had to take it one step further and make it several conversations. So implicating several people, not just the one that Harry had a conversation with. Several people. So then putting a blanket statement over our royal family that they're racist. And that is why I think what is happening in Jamaica right now, I blame them for it. Because her name has been invoked in this tour that William and Catherine went on, that they ran. I think one of their politicians said that they ran a black woman from the palace. No, we didn't run a black woman from the palace. She ran herself, and if she could have got a bag and filled it full of bloody china and gold and stuff like that, she would have bloody filled that as well on her way out. She didn't run from the palace. She could have got down to the room where all the precious jewels are kept. She would have been scraping them into her handbag and then also doing a runner, But no, she didn't do a runner. She ran to America to make money, to capitalise on her already failing acting career, and to be famous. Well, she failed on the acting thing because let's be honest, she's a shit actress. And then has anyone else noticed, I've heard a clip of her voice for this podcast, has anyone else noticed how her voice has changed? It's like she's deepened it. If you hear her voice from interviews, and then you hear her voice then from this podcast, it's so strange. It's like again, she's reinvented herself. It's like she's reinvented her voice. It's so deep, so so manly as well. It's just so strange. So I know this, like, wasn't really about the Sussex goats, but I couldn't really be bothered talking about them today. Because when you go on and on about them and see the amount of hate and vitriol that they spew, it does kind of get to you. So I chose, not to give it a break for today, and I'll resume tomorrow. But again, I hope this, goes through and you can hear it this time. I don't know what the hell happened last time. I'm so sorry. I'm so, so sorry. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you for listening to the ramblings of a Scottish person. We do like to talk. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to go now. I've got a new carpet coming today to be laid. So I've got some things to move. And, yeah. So, as I said, good morning, wherever you are. Good night, wherever you are. And thank you for listening. Also, if you could, please subscribe and like. And I really do love you all. Thank you so much. Angela.